Yes. In the previous video, we have discussed about the demand and its various factors. Today, we are going to study about the demand functions and its types. Now, what is demand function actually? The demand function will be showing a relationship between the quantity demanded of a commodity and the factors which can affect that demand. Clear? Now, it can be of two types. It can be individual, it can be market demand function. Now, whenever I will say the word individual demand, that means obviously I am talking about an individual, right? And whenever I will talk about the market demand, then I am talking about all the individuals or about the market demand. Clear? So you can guess what is the definition going to be there. That individual demand function will be showing the functional relation between individual demand and factors affecting it. What kind of demand? Individual demand. Fine. And what will be market demand? It will be functional relation between market demand and factors affecting it. Fine. So already you have studied that there are two types of demand, individual and market. When I will talk about one individual, then it will be individual demand. When I will talk about market demand, then it will, when I will talk about market, then it will be market demand. Now, when I will add function in that means individual demand function. So, that simply shows the functional relationship between the individual demand and factors affecting it. Or if I say about market demand function, then I am simply telling you that there is a functional relationship between the market demands and various factors affecting it. Now, how you will be writing the equation? Dx, that means demand of the commodity, is equals to F will be denoting here the function. Functional relationship between what? Px means price of the same commodity. PR means price of related goods. To them, substitute and complementary. Y will denote the income of the consumer. T will denote tastes and preferences. And F will denote the expected future prices. All these factors we have studied in the previous video. So first, before seeing it, have a revision from the first one. Fine. What now market demand will show me? As I already told you in the previous video that even the factors which are going to affect the individual demand, the same factors can also affect the market demand. Clear? See here, you will be seeing some change, but see, clearly see that Px, price of the same commodity. PR, price of related goods. Y, income. T, taste and preferences. F, future expected prices. If you have seen the previous video, I have told you that there are three additional factors which can have impact on the market demand. What were those? PO means population composition. Clear? S means season and weather. And D means distribution of income. About the demand schedule. Whenever in economics you are going to listen a word schedule, it always means a tabular presentation. That means a table which is going to contain the items about which we are going to talk, right? So what is demand schedule here? It is a tabular statement showing the various quantities of commodity being demanded at various level of price during a given period of time. See, each and everything is a definition of the word demand. Only what is the difference? Because the word schedule is written here. So we have added what word? Tabular statement, right? Which is going to show. Now, what actually it shows? See with the help of the table. Even there are two types of demand schedule. Again, it will be individual demand schedule and market demand schedule. Now as you can see, there is a difference. Now we are going to talk one by one. See, you can see the different price levels here, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Yes, these are the different prices which are being offered by the market, and these are the quantities which are being demanded for X commodity. Clear? As you can see, when the prices were 7, you were demanding 1 unit of X commodity. As the prices are decreasing, the quantity is increasing. This table is showing you the individual demand. Why? Because we are only talking about one commodity, or we are talking about only one individual who will be requiring this X commodity. Now if you move forward to market demand schedule, what is the difference that you are seeing, beta? See, there is family X who needs some commodity. There is family Y who also needs commodity. And when, see, 1 plus 3 makes 4, 2 plus 4, 6, 3 plus 5, 8. Now what is market demand schedule here? Market demand means the addition of the demands of all the individuals, those who are there. So if I am going to add all the demands of various families, then it will be your market demand. So in individual demand schedule, we are just going to talk about one individual, that how that individual will be willing to purchase the quantities at different price levels. Fine. And in market demand, what we are talking about, we are seeing that how the families are requiring the commodities at various price levels. अब जैसे जैसे आप फैमिलीज को ऐड करते चले जाओगे, अभी हमने केवल एक्स और वाई फैमिली लिया है, फैमिली जेड भी हो सकता है, फैमिली ए, बहुत सारी फैमिलीज हैं टोटल इन द इकोनॉमी. तो जब उसका पूरा टोटलिंग हम कर लेते हैं, तब हमको क्या मिलता है? अपना मार्केट डिमांड. सो दिस इज जस्ट अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन इंडिविजुअल डिमांड शेड्यूल एंड मार्केट डिमांड शेड्यूल. Yes. So after seeing about the tabular presentation, that means after knowing about that what is schedule, that was the tabular presentation that we have done. Now we are going to see that what does curve denotes. So in economics, you already know that if I am taking the word, the name as curve, it will show the graphical representation. Even the same thing has been done when we were doing chapter number 1 PPC. Production possibility curve. Even there I told you that curve in economics which always means the graphical representation. Graphical representation of what? Obviously about the demand schedule. That means whatever the data is given in the table, you are obviously going to make the curve out of that data. Again it is of two types, individual demand curve and market demand curve. So whenever I am going to show you, or whenever we are going to talk about the demand of individual, right? So we are just, see, if you can see the difference in both the diagrams. What is the difference between there? See, if I am talking about individual demand curve, that means I am talking only about the demand of one individual. केवल एक व्यक्ति की बात हो रही है यहाँ पर. तो केवल हमने ये देखा कि भाई प्राइसेस के चेंज होने से उसकी क्वांटिटी डिमांडेड पर क्या क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है. यस, व्हाट यू कैन सी हियर इज व्हेन द प्राइसेस वर 6, द डिमांड वाज 1 unit. When the prices have decreased from 6 to 4, the quantity has increased from 1 to 2, correct? When the prices have further reduced from 4 to 3, the demand has again increased. Now what that is showing you? This is showing you an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. That means whenever the prices are going to increase, whenever the prices are going to be increased, the quantity demanded for that commodity will decrease, and vice versa. Fine. That means if the prices will decrease, then obviously the quantity demanded for that commodity will increase. Fine. And because of this inverse relationship, our demand curve. See, this DD is showing the demand curve, right? So when you are going to plot these points from P, Q, R and S, then you will be deriving the demand curve. And which property of demand curve is coming in front of you, beta? That it is downward sloping. What is the reason behind its downward sloping? You are going to mention that there is inverse relationship between the prices and the quantity demanded of the commodity. Clear? Now see the market demand curve. What are these points? ये points क्या बता रहे हैं? हमने जब डिमांड शेड्यूल के बारे में बात की थी या हमने मार्केट डिमांड की बात की थी, I told you that market demand is the total outcome of the demands which all the consumers are willing to purchase. यानी कि वो सारी की सारी डिमांड हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे जो सारे कंज्यूमर्स खरीदना चाहते हैं. शेड्यूल में भी हमने बात की कि हम सारे फैमिली या हाउस होल्ड्स की डिमांड्स को ऐड करेंगे, समिशन लेंगे. तो उसी तरीके से समिशन हमने यहाँ भी लिया है. ये फैमिली एक्स का डिमांड कर्व है, ये फैमिली वाई का डिमांड कर्व है. अब जब हमने इन सारी वैल्यूज को टोटल आउट किया था शेड्यूल में, तो अब हमने उसका एक कर्व बना दिया. ठीक है. सो दैट विल बी विच कर्व? दैट विल बी द कर्व फॉर मार्केट डिमांड. अब एक प्रॉपर्टी होती है. प्रॉपर्टी क्या है? अगेन इट विल बी डाउनवर्ड स्लोपिंग. The reason is same कि there is inverse relationship between the prices and the quantity demanded. Fine. One more thing that you are going to remember about these curves. The curve for individual demand will be steeper in nature. Fine. It will be steeper in nature. And the demand curve for market demand will be flatter in nature. अभी फ्लैटर और स्टीपर का क्या मतलब है? अब आप देखो बेटे, यहाँ पर अगर स्टीपर का क्या मतलब है? ये हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन आपको दिख रही है, डाउनवर्ड शिफ्ट हो रही है, हॉरिजॉन्टल स्पेस पे जा रही है. अब ये स्टीपर कैसे? क्योंकि प्राइसेस का चेंज होना क्वांटिटी डिमांड पे तो चेंज डालेगा, ठीक है, लेकिन केवल एक इंडिविजुअल के लिए फर्क डालेगा. लेकिन मार्केट डिमांड में क्या होता है कि जितना प्रोपोर्शन इंडिविजुअल पे फर्क डालेगा उससे ज्यादा फर्क कहाँ आएगा? मार्केट डिमांड में. क्योंकि यहाँ तो हम केवल वन इंडिविजुअल की बात कर रहे हैं और यहाँ पर हम सारे कंज्यूमर्स की बात कर रहे हैं, राइट? तो ये वाला जो कर्व है, इट विल हैव मोर एरिया. दैट मीन्स इट विल बी मोर फ्लैटर इन नेचर. व्हाई इट विल बी मोर फ्लैटर? बिकॉज हियर वी आर कंसिडरिंग the demand of all the consumers which are present in our economy, and here we are only talking about one consumer. तो one consumer की बात कर रहे हैं तो स्टीपर है, ठीक है, डिस्टेंस थोड़ा सा कम होगा. लेकिन अगर मार्केट डिमांड की बात करेंगे तो फ्लैटर है, थोड़ा सा शिफ्ट जो है वो आगे जाएगा. क्यों जाएगा? क्योंकि यहाँ पर हम टोटल समिशन की बात करेंगे या सारे कंज्यूमर्स की डिमांड के बारे में हम यहाँ पर बात करेंगे. करेक्ट? सो फ्रॉम द सेम पॉइंट यू आर गेटिंग द मेजर प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द डिमांड कर्व, दैट इज कि देयर इज इनवर्स रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द प्राइसेस एंड द क्वांटिटी डिमांडेड, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट योर डिमांड कर्व्स विल बी डाउनवर्ड स्लोपिंग. Clear? Yes. So after knowing about the schedule, the curves, that how you will be making the different curves, now we are going to study about that what is law of demand. Now what is law of demand? As I already told you in the when we were drawing the curves, I told you that there is inverse relationship between the prices and the quantity demanded, right? So that is the law of demand, that there is inverse relationship between the prices and the quantity demanded. But here we have to remember one thing, beta, keeping other factors constant. That means here we are not going to talk about the other factors. We are taking some assumptions in flow of demand. We will say that ki neither the price of substitute is going to change, neither complementary goods will change, neither income, neither taste and preferences. That means if someone asks you that what is law of demand, then you will say that there is inverse relationship between the prices and the quantity demanded, but all the other factors other than the price will remain constant. यानी कि जो हमारा PR that will remain constant, price of related good, हमने functional relationship में ये abbreviations पढ़े थे सबके, तो हम प्राइस ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूट और कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री गुड्स को किससे शो करेंगे? PR से, प्राइस ऑफ रिलेटेड गुड्स. क्लियर? इनकम ऑफ द कंज्यूमर, दैट मीन्स माय वाई विल रिमेन कांस्टेंट. क्वेश्चन इस तरीके से भी आ सकता है बेटा, वो आपसे ये भी पूछ सकते हैं कि वाई इज कांस्टेंट, राइट, एंड ओनली द प्राइसेस आर चेंजिंग, विल इट बी अ लॉ ऑफ डिमांड? तो उन्होंने सीधे इनकम ऑफ द कंज्यूमर नहीं लिखा, उन्होंने वाई को डिनोट कर दिया. तो आपको कंफ्यूज नहीं होना है. इवन दीज एब्रिविएशंस कैन बी देयर, डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. ठीक है? T is going to denote the taste and preferences, and future expected prices will be shown by F. So don't get confused with these short forms of these words. Clear? Now, as you can see here, what it is showing here. See, if you see the schedule 65432, that means the prices are getting reducing, they are being decreasing at every level, नीचे जा रहे हैं. And what is happening, that your quantity demanded is increasing at every level. Yes, that means when the prices were 6, you only want 1 unit of the commodity. When prices reduced to 4, now you want 3 units. Again, when prices reduced to 4, you want 5 units. That means everywhere what changes you can see is that the prices are decreasing and the quantity demanded is increasing. So decrease and increase, what kind of relationship? Inverse relationship. Clear? And that is why, as you can see your demand curve, it is getting downward, or it is a downward sloping. Why? Again the same reason, that there is inverse relationship between prices and quantity demanded, keeping all the factors constant. What are the other factors? Prices of substitute good, complementary good, income of the consumer, taste and preferences, and even you can write down the future expected prices, right? Even you can mention there the future expected prices. Clear? So this is all about the law of demand. On y-axis you will be showing the prices, on x-axis you will be showing the quantity demanded in units, and then you will plot the graph. See, 6 and 1. That means when there was 6 rupees, you want only 1 unit, right? When prices reduce to 5, you want 3 units. So in this manner, you will be plotting. You need not to make these lines, beta. You have to just plot the dots on every step. When you will plot the dots, you will get a curve like this. Clear? And write down the name as DD, because this DD is your demand curve. So this much you are going to study under the law of demand.